The natural hair debate. Which is it? To love our natural hair or to love not our natural hair? Is our hatred towards our natural hair a symptom of a bigger issue? Do we feel compelled to hide behind personas and extensions in order to be desirable and fully accepted? Let's talk about it while I do my natural hair. This conversation of natural hair being too difficult or high maintenance and us not feeling comfortable or feeling like our natural hair that was given by God does not suit our African and very Afrocentric features. It's been a very heated and rocky time period, I must say, but it really does strike a bit of interest to me as someone, as you can see, who has very, very thick, 4C, kinky, coily natural hair. And yes, I've listened to both sides. You know, one party talking about how natural hair is not hard to deal with. And matter of fact, with love and care, it is very easy to manage, right? The only thing that we actually struggle with is trying to maintain these very high effort and very high manipulation styles. And then on the other spectrum, you have women saying that maintaining natural hair requires so much money, it's excessive, and it requires so much energy and time to maintain. But the reality is, these same women or wig warriors that make these claims are more than happy to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of money on wigs yearly. And on top of that is the maintenance or the installs, which can cost between $100 to $200 weekly or fortnightly. If that is what you desire to go down that route and do professional installs, it requires way more money and time to wash the wig, to prepare the wig, or if not, sit down and get the wig installed and keep up with the wig install. That's way more costly. If you make a natural hair investment on products, you should not be spending over $300 worth of money each year. The product should last, the product should be low, and if you're someone who is not also partaking in overconsumption, you do not need 1,001 products. All this propaganda of you need to do this and spend this amount of money on this amount of product, it's all there to market. We live in a society where people are constantly trying to promote, market, and influence you to buy things. Our ancestors did not spend thousands and hundreds of dollars worth of money to keep their hair. All these things of people saying you need this oil and this shampoo and all this kind of stuff, it's excessive, and it's all there so that they can bleed your pockets, so your pockets can be dry. And I think we also forget that our hair and our routine is specifically designed and set by our own standards. You don't need people to tell you what you need to do or buy for your hair. You know what your pockets can afford, and you know what your hair likes. I'm somebody who, I will be honest, was trying to run away from my natural hair. I was really on the side of natural hair is too much, it's too much energy, and it's all that. When in reality, it's just laziness, and also me ignoring the discomfort I had with my natural hair. Once upon a time, I did cut off my relaxed hair. I got my hair relaxed at the wee age of 3 years old, and I had very kinky 4C hair. Like, my mom would describe my hair as steel wire. Was my hair really like steel wire? Probably, but she didn't have the resources or the knowledge on how to properly maintain and take care of my hair. So what did she do? She relaxed my hair. And I feel like that is the origin for a lot of us women when it comes to our natural hair. We were getting relaxed at such young age. Our mothers were telling us how difficult our hair is and how bad it looks when it's not done a certain type of way, if it's not straightened and slicked and dyed, fried, and laid to the side. Like, I feel like that's a lot of our stories. Now, you can imagine growing up hearing that your whole life, you're going to start to believe and internalize those beliefs that my hair is too hard, my hair is too difficult, my hair doesn't suit me because I'm not attracting a certain type of mate. Like, oh, when I wear my natural hair, I'm attracting this type of group of males, and if I wear my hair that type of way, I'm attracting that type of male. And I will come back to that conversation of desirability later on. But if you're already brought up with the belief systems and the attitudes that your hair is not pretty, your hair is not hard, your hair is really hard to take care of, you're going to grow up as an adult believing these same narratives. And I think that's so harming and damaging. Now, when I hear girls say this, I really do sympathize and empathize with them initially. But we also live in a society where everybody has access to the internet. When I decided to go natural at the age of 14 years old, I think I really started at the booming of the natural hair community. So there was a lot of content and information and resources out there, and I utilized them. I did use a lot of hair care products, and a lot of them did not work for me, but I still went down the route of trying and learning my hair. So I was on my hair care journey for about 5 years before I decided to get locks, and I ended up cutting my locks, and then I went natural again. So I'm back to square one. Well, not really, I guess square one, you can say. And I really did grow to have an attachment and a dependency on wigs. I still wear extensions. I don't wear wigs as much, mainly because I feel very uncomfortable wearing wigs. I don't like the feeling of like something on my forehead, like the lace. It makes me very uncomfortable. So I never really fully committed to getting installs because I want the wig off by the end of the day. But I did grow like an attachment and a dependency on wigs to feel pretty, to feel together, to feel, desirable. And you can imagine how much that affected me and how I perceived myself. I felt prettier wearing extensions than my own natural hair. I felt wearing a wig was more convenient than giving my hair tender, loving care. I felt that it was more convenient to just chuck something on and not give my hair that the care and the love that it needs, because it really does need love. And I feel like with a lot of us, what we have isn't exactly hatred. I do believe there are some of us who have negative feelings towards our hair that's expressed as hatred. I don't really think it's hatred. I think the root cause really of it all is discomfort. We are uncomfortable with our natural hair. We're uncomfortable taking care of our hair because we don't know how to. We're uncomfortable loving something that our whole lives we've been taught is unacceptable and is ugly. We are uncomfortable with being comfortable with what we have naturally. We're uncomfortable looking natural. We're uncomfortable being ourselves. We're uncomfortable embracing the beauty in our coily hair that God gave us. Nobody that does not have the hair that we have can manipulate their hair to be the way it is. No one can manipulate their hair to be 4C. It's physically impossible. So how incredible is that we can, like, our hair is so diverse, and it's so freaking cool that we can do all these things. We can straighten it, we can perm it, we can do all these things with our natural hair, and nobody can come close to the natural state of our coily 4C type 4 hair that we have. Now, when we say things like, my natural hair is not beautiful, I don't feel comfortable in my natural hair doesn't suit me, it really is a paradox, because it's natural. How can something that was made with you, in you, not suit you? That really does not make any sense at all. But I understand the lady who said that was speaking from a place of insecurity. Now, I think from the way she expresses, she recognizes that it's an insecure thing for her, but the depth of which this insecurity descends is something worth exploring for herself. But when you internalize things like that and you openly express it, you also continue to perpetuate the narrative that natural hair is not beautiful. I know a lot of Black women around me who do not wear their natural hair. I was the first of my friendship group to wear my natural, probably in my school of predominantly white people and Arab background and other nationalities. I was the first of very few Black people who wore her natural hair out, and I got teased. Now, did me getting teased stop me from wearing my natural hair? Absolutely not, because I was comfortable. Now, people are going to project their insecurities onto you, and I'm not just talking about natural, I'm just saying in general, that is human behavior. Is it weird? Yes. Is it strange? Yes. Do I condone it? Absolutely not. But that is human behavior. Now, people in this generation have access to almost everything, more than any forefather or foremother or historical events. We have so much access to the internet. For you today to say you don't like your natural hair or to not address your insecurity towards your natural hair is very concerning. And I really want to talk about that, because you feel as though, let's come back to the dating conversation. You feel as though you have to fix yourself in a certain way to be desirable and to be picked. Cool. But you're selling yourself a version that does not really exist and isn't authentic. Now, you enter a relationship and you're still having to make yourself up. You're still having to put on your mask, put on your uniform for being desirable, or your desirability uniform for this person. But they're picking a version of you that you created, not your authentic self. And how then can you say you feel fully accepted by another person if you are presenting a fixed version of you? It's not fully authentic. I would much rather somebody pick me, and I don't mean the word pick me, choose me. I mean literally a spouse choose me for who I am. Natural hair, bare face, everything. Because I'm everything. I'm me with makeup. I'm me with my natural hair. But me being natural is my authentic self. I would rather be with someone who accepts me for my authentic self and not for the self that I put out there. Because then can you really say it's genuine? But that's my own opinion, to be honest. And my other concern is that some of us have so much discomfort with our natural hair that we quite literally neglect ourselves. You cannot call yourself a high maintenance girl when you don't take care of your hair. Like, this isn't just an additional thing. Like, you don't need to wear nails, you don't need to paint your hair, you don't need to add these extra things. Your natural hair is a necessity. It is basic hygiene practice. Washing your hair, oiling your scalp. This is not just self-care, it's quite literally taking care of yourself. It's a part of that regimen. But you call yourself a high maintenance girly and your scalp hasn't seen water since January. How is that high maintenance? Neglecting a very important aspect of yourself and chucking a wig over it every second chance you get and getting extensions every week without letting your hair breathe or letting new growth to happen. And then you say it's high maintenance? False. I very, very much beg to differ. High maintenance is making sure every aspect of yourself is taken care of, and that includes loving yourself. So I take pride in my natural hair, in extensions, out of extensions. She sees water, she is moisturized, she gets treatment. That's high maintenance. Not avoiding or cutting corners to try and make yourself look good. You don't just look good without the effort, the foundational work to feel good and really take care of yourself. Hiding behind fixtures does not make you love yourself more. You're really running away or avoiding the real inner work that's needed. Now, I'm all for preference. There is nothing wrong with wanting to choose styles that are time efficient and also require less manipulation. I get that. And I'm someone who is on the same journey of continuing to love my hair. I'll be honest to say that when I did start thinking about my natural hair, I was already overwhelmed with the idea of having to take care of it. I felt the weight and the struggle and the sore arms already frustrating me before even doing my hair. And the thought I had was, let me get locks. Doesn't require too much effort and stuff. And I was really fighting myself for months as to whether I should get locks. And I was constantly faced with the reality that I'm not trying to get locks because I want to embark on a beautiful journey. I'm trying to get locks because I'm avoiding the reality of taking care of my hair. I was avoiding the reality of the time and effort that I need to take care of my hair. And I've had locks before. And honestly, I wanted to skip the awkward stage, but I was avoiding it. And I noticed that, I addressed it, and I said, no, this year I'm really going to take care of my hair. And it's been so good. I have seen growth. My hair has grown almost twice the size it was around this time last year. And I'm really happy that I was putting in the work. And believe me, I was doing the bare minimum, but I was still taking care of my hair. And it shows that you don't have to do too much or a lot for your hair to thrive. Just giving your hair the love it needs. Love your hair and it will love you back. And I'm really reaping the fruits of my labor. Natural hair does not need to be hard. It does not need to be expensive. It shouldn't make you feel ugly. Matter of fact, when you start to embrace yourself more, your natural state, you will actually love yourself. And I think the intention should not be, I want to be accepted by people. I want to look a certain way so I can attract a certain type of mate. It should be, I want to embrace myself and I want to love myself. And hopefully that kind of self-acceptance is what's going to draw a suitable partner to me, if that's what you want, that will also love and accept me, because people will treat you how you treat yourself, the way you respect yourself, the way you don't, the way you love yourself, the way you don't, the way you take care of yourself, the way you don't. That is ultimately going to be reflected. And I would much rather, and I do actually, have a partner who loves my natural hair. He loves me being natural. So the fact that I can relax and I can sit comfortably in my natural state and be fully received, not just from another person, but with myself, is so freeing and so liberating. And I feel like that's the kind of love we should seek after. And I'm not talking about partner, I mean with ourselves. Like the feeling of being able to be yourself. I think that's real freedom. Like, yeah, you can spend all the money you want. That's really up to you. I'm not here to judge you. But ultimately, just imagine the life. Like, that's real soft life. You're not stressing. You're not doing too much. You're doing just enough. Maybe a little bit more, but that extra effort is not costing you stress. A really good film to watch that talks on things like natural hair and natural beauty is Napoli Ever After by Hanifa El Mansour. I have my own reservations about the film as a whole. However, you really get to see how internalized misogyny, racism, and also texturism plays a role in the way that Black women navigate their life, navigate relationships, navigate familial dynamics and all those kinds of relationships, and how we also navigate the world. Her mother instilled very young that she needed her hair to be stretched and straightened and primed to the T. She wasn't allowed to fully live out her childhood and ultimately wasn't able to fully express herself as an adult. And you saw that in her own relationships. Like, she would literally wake up before her partner to fix her hair, do her makeup, and hide, ultimately put on a uniform altogether so that she can be accepted. Now, we can blame society and say, well, that's the way it's set up to be, but change won't come about unless we actively protest against the system. If we are complaining that we are not fully accepted, we need to force them to accept us. And even if they don't, we're still going to carry out our lives and live with full autonomy, regardless of whether acceptance comes around or not. I'll always come back to the same statement that you need to love and accept you before anybody else. If there is no space for you, baby, you better take up whatever space is available. And if there isn't, make new space for you. Make new space for Black women. Make new spaces for the new generation that are going to wake up, grow up, and navigate this world. We have to set the foundation for them. I would hate to see my daughters, my nieces, my cousins, my sisters believe that they're ugly. Who told you you're ugly? Who told you your hair was ugly? And what do they know about beauty? They themselves don't even accept who they are and how they are. So how can they determine or make you believe something that they struggle internally with? Like, I'm really fed up with this whole natural hair conversation. I'm glad it's happening nonetheless, but hearing the pushback and the excuses, the world is a lot more accepting of us and our natural hair than it was before. The only real enemy we have today is ourselves. We can set that standard. Our hair was always beautiful. Our hair can grow. Our hair can flourish. And whatever, whether that is thick hair, thin hair, high porosity, low porosity, tense curls or tight curls or looser curls, we set that standard and we have to learn to grow. The same way we can learn new styles and the same way we can learn how to do our own installs, we can learn how to braid our hair. Simple braids, simple twists. Take care of our scalp. If there are any underlying health issues, we correct them and we work towards loving our hair and showing our kids that they can love their hair too, and they should love their hair more than extensions, more than wigs. These are nice things. They're extensions, but they're supposed to add on to or create convenience. A little bit of convenience. Not convenience because we hate our hair, but convenience because we don't want to damage our hair. We want to use protective styling for the time being, but still in that protective styling, we're also tending to our hair